hello there to you, and thanks so much for joining us tonight on UpNorthLive Unscripted at 6:30. It's been a bit of a gloomy, rainy day across northern Michigan, but I think the big news today weather-wise is for the first time this season, we actually may see a little bit of snowfall in our forecast. So Joe, when could we see that?
For some spot, about 24 hours from now.
Okay.
Tomorrow night and then into some areas, Maya, Wednesday into Thursday morning. I don't think everybody, we have such a big viewing area. I don't think everyone's going to get snow, but there certainly is the potential for some accumulation into Thursday morning. I think we're due. We really haven't had much at all.
No, none.
Coming up here. So we'll look at that. It's been dreary. We'll see how long and if we're going to get any sunshine as well. All that a little later.
All right, thanks, Joe. And we're going to start off tonight previewing an event that's happening tomorrow. So November is Homelessness Awareness Month, and communities are highlighting the issues through walking. So you are taking a look at video from years past of the Walk for Health and Housing in Traverse City. Now, tomorrow is the 9th annual walk, and basically what it is a guided tour through downtown Traverse City from the perspective of people experiencing homelessness and the providers who serve them. Now, anyone is welcome to join. Anyone in the community can show up, and the walk will be led by Ryan Hannon. And Ryan is the Director of Outreach at Central United Methodist Church. And Ryan is joining us live now for much more on this walk. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
Good, Maya. How are you?
I am good. Good to hear from you. We've been talking with you about not just this walk, but really homelessness in the greater Grand Traverse area for many years now. So it's good to hear from you again.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit more about this walk. I gave a brief kind of overview of it, but really, what is the main goal?
Well, there's a few main goals. First, we partner as the Northwest Michigan Coalition to End Homelessness with Northwestern Michigan College. So it's part of their fall curriculum and their student experiential learning. So not only do we walk and raise awareness about homelessness, but there's also students participating. Mm-hmm. They're learning about homelessness, the response to it, and incorporating that into papers and posters and awareness activities that they're doing. So that's just one aspect. And then another aspect is the sharing about what people experiencing homelessness go through. So living unsheltered, battling the weather, battling things like attacks on them, moving from place to place just to get their basic needs met. And we're also going to be talking about what's being done to help. We'll hear from providers providing basic needs, meals, places for showers. At Central United Methodist Church, for example, we also have a place where people who are unsheltered can receive their mail. So those are important aspects. Also that sharing that homelessness is an issue that can be solved. So we'll also hear from providers through the Northwest Michigan Coalition to End Homelessness on what's being done to help the ultimate goal of ending homelessness through a place to live for people.
So what are some of the different stops made along the walk?
We're going to hear from street medicine. One of the doctors is going to share with us about what they see out there in the field when they're performing medical care, like tending to wounds, providing prescriptions, and hospital follow-up. We'll also hear from the Goodwill Street Outreach Team. We'll hear from the Jubilee House, Central Church, where I'll be, and the City Police Department in their efforts to join the solution to homelessness. We'll hear from the mayor in front of the governmental center about what the city of Traverse City is doing to partner to help end homelessness, and the Safe Harbor Shelter down off of 8th Street. And then we'll wrap up with the Northwest Michigan Coalition to End Homelessness, Ashley Halliday-Schmadt, with the aspects of what it takes to support people in housing and the ultimate goal of long-term housing stability.
Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned that tomorrow folks who take part in this walk, they will hear what is being done to help those experiencing homelessness in our community. But can you give us a little sneak peek of what those people are going to learn tomorrow? What is being done to help right now?
Well, for one, we think about basic needs and survival. Mm-hmm. The Maslow's hierarchy of needs are what people who are experiencing homelessness are constantly trying to achieve. So it doesn't leave a whole lot of time for those ending homelessness efforts. So we'll also hear from the Coalition End Homelessness specifically about reaching people, engaging with them, and then doing the necessary paperwork and meeting deadlines and appointments for folks to move from the streets into housing.
And we know that that really is the solution to end homelessness, is to provide more housing. Do you think over the past couple of years, Traverse City specifically has been making an effort to achieve that?
It really takes a number of groups, the city, the partners, the community for awareness. So a lot of steps have been taken. There's been a lot more awareness. We've seen, back when the COVID pandemic happened, it really lifted the veil on homelessness. If you were, driving around when it was stay home, stay safe, you really didn't see a whole lot of people except for people experiencing homelessness. So that issue has really come to light, especially since COVID.
And Ryan, we have a question of the day every day for this show. And our question today is, how big of an issue is homelessness in your community? And we put it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not an issue, 5 being most significant. How would you answer that question?
I would say homelessness is most significant, especially if you talk to just one person experiencing homelessness, and the devastating impact that can have on a life is tragic. So even if it was just one person, the issue would be huge. But we're facing nearly 300 people in our 5 county region.
Wow. And so what counties does that cover?
Grand Traverse, Leelanau, Kalkaska, Benzie, and Antrim.
And I think that is such an important point, because a lot of people look at those 5 counties as a lot of them are tourist destinations. They're places where people vacation. They're sometimes really nice areas, and people just don't think of there being a big problem when it comes to people experiencing homelessness here until you either are walking through a certain part of town and you see some people, or you're participating in a walk like what's going to happen tomorrow, and that really opens up your eyes. And so I'm assuming that's probably one of the big goals, is just to make people realize that, even though we're in a small community in northern Michigan, this still is a big issue.
Yeah, it's important to create awareness. If people aren't aware, then it makes it harder to come together on those solutions.
Sure. Ryan, anything else that you want to mention that you think people should know about the walk tomorrow?
It's a family-friendly event. A lot of students bring their parents, and it's advertised in the community. It's a big event, and a lot of people have told me over the years how powerful that it has been, and really changed their outlook on homelessness, or like you said, even just open their eyes to it.
And the walk will begin tomorrow at Northwestern Michigan College's Great Lakes campus at 6 o'clock, right?
Correct.
All right, and again, anyone is welcome to attend on our website, UpNorthLive.com. Before I let you go, Ryan, anything else you want to mention?
Homelessness is an issue that can be solved, and through all my years of working street outreach and almost 20 years in this field, I've never met anyone who wanted to be experiencing homelessness. It just took some creative thought and engagement with the providers to be able to find out what it is a person needs to be able to exit the streets.
Ryan, thanks so much for joining us tonight on Unscripted. We really appreciate it, and we will have a reporter tomorrow at that walk. I believe Cody Bear is going to be there, so he will have coverage of the event tomorrow on UpNorthLive News. But let's turn things over to our question of the day that I mentioned to Ryan, and that is, how big of an issue is homelessness in your community? So you can scan the QR code on your screen right now to vote. Again, we put it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not an issue, 5 being most significant. And as of right now, 42% of voters have voted 5, most significant. So we will continue to keep an eye on those results as the show goes on. But as I mentioned earlier, November is Homelessness Awareness Month, and Northeast Michigan Community Service Agency has donation boxes around some areas in northern Michigan. And really the goal for these donation boxes is to help young people who are experiencing homelessness. So Devereaux Memorial Library in Crawford County is one of the locations in the 11 counties that NEMSCA serves. There is a donation box there, and what you're seeing on your screen now are some of the items that they are looking for. So a lot of hygiene items, shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant, and also things like new blankets and Nemska says the community may not be as aware that when the need for housing grows, so does the need for donations.
I mean, imagine you go home every day and you crawl into your nice warm bed and you don't have to think about, how am I going to get shampoo or I'm out of deodorant and things like that. So just the ability to help others, it means a lot. And it shows that the community cares when they help, fulfill those needs.
And Nemska does place these boxes out every year, and this year they'll be collecting items until November 30th. Now, Northern Michigan continues to see some progress when it comes to housing options. North Central Michigan College is looking ahead to next summer. They're actually opening up their residence halls to seasonal workforce. Now, we're told that there are about 80 rooms in all, some singles, some doubles, and normally during the summertime, those rooms are booked out by a missionary group out of Ohio, but this year we know they're not coming back in 2025, which is why they are then using these residence halls to help people with housing who are in the workforce. So our Daniel Zivian has much more on this story.
The large influx of them coming here to Petoskey means that businesses need more staff to help keep things running smoothly. So this is a good option for them to lock in and secure housing. And sometimes it's comforting for not only the businesses to know that they have this option for housing, as well as parents maybe that are sending their students here to this local area for internships.
Wine Guys Restaurant Group is one of the few employers who reliably secured rooms at the dorm, employing workers at 4 locations in Petoskey and Charlevoix.
They really embrace the multicultural aspect of having these students from all over the world come to them, makes them feel very comfortable. They have staff on duty that support them with questions, provides an opportunity that's close enough to Petoskey that they can walk and take care of a lot of things on their own as well.
With a shared kitchen, on-site laundry, and more, Walgast says boarders will have many of the amenities students have during the year.
There is a secured door, so the security on campus, we have lighted parking lots to keep them to feel safe. There's bike racks, free Wi-Fi. We also have the resource center with a fitness office and the fitness equipment that they're able to use. So that's a great benefit for them as well.
Well, with the holiday season upon us, Helping Hand organizations around Northern Michigan expect the need for assistance to be even greater this year. And that has the Father Fred Foundation having to make some tough choices in order to focus on what they say their mission is. So here is Mark Shillette with that story.
To serve the essential needs of people in our community. That is our mission.
And few things are more essential than food. That's always been the case. But here at the Father Fred Foundation, the need for help with it has never been greater.
It's increased so much. So our food pantry visits have gone up 64% last year over the year before. And this year they're continuing to go up. They're about 20% up over that.
15,000 visits a year to the food pantry by those in need. And for those who can't make it here, an army of volunteers packing meals to go for programs like Blessings in a Backpack.
So we've got more than 200 weekly volunteers here at Father Fred, and they're typically retired seniors. Seniors are people who have time to volunteer and give back to the community.
Executive Director Candace Hamill says those volunteers, coupled with the staff here, team up to become the heart and soul of everything that happens at Father Fred. It's a lot of work by a limited number of hands.
Don't ever want to burn anyone out. We want to take care of our internal people just as much as we want to take care of our community.
With those two factors in mind, a growing demand for their food services and a limited resource of volunteers and staff, Father Fred has had to make a hard decision.
Sure. So this year we are just not being a host organization for the Toys for Tots program. We've done this for more than 20 years.
But this year, Hamill says they need to focus on the food. They notified Toys for Tots early on, and the organization says while disappointed, they understand.
Well, first of all, Father Fred Foundation has been a phenomenal resource in this area and continues to be a phenomenal resource. And they have been a great partner with Toys for Tots for a lot of years. So, they obviously have to respond to both their resources that they have available and what their mission is.
Father Fred will continue to keep folks fed, and Toys for Tots will still have options for Grand Traverse County families.
We really need to encourage people, though, that have depended upon the Father Fred Foundation in the past. Now is the time to assess what their needs are going into the holiday season and where they are going to go for assistance if they need.
Help is still available. But with the shift in focus at Father Fred, it may mean other organizations will need more time to gear up and meet the need for toys.
You know, if a family right now is thinking, geez, I want my kid to have a Christmas just like everyone else, but I don't know how I'm going to afford to do that, now is the time to plan for it.
Let's take a quick commercial break, but Joe will have more on your forecast coming up next.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
Well, a lot of us have seen or are seeing some rain on our Tuesday evening, so let's bring in our Chief Meteorologist, Joe Charlevoix. Joe, can we expect more rain for Wednesday?
Yeah, I think so. We're going to get a little more rain coming in tomorrow. Although it won't be super widespread, more showery in the morning, more rain in the afternoon. It'll be a little more in the afternoon. And then we mentioned earlier, Maya, maybe some snow tomorrow night.
We're so due.
We are for some spots. Let's look at our three big things in weather across northern Michigan, and there they are. Wet weather remains in the forecast. We have chances for rain almost every single day. Some snow could mix in tomorrow night in lower Michigan. We do expect some accumulation. And then we have consistent high temperatures, mainly 40s through next Tuesday as we head into Thanksgiving week. Here's a look at Petoskey right now. That's US 131 looking north, 49 degrees, and it's wet. It's just a dreary night out there. Radar showing some of that rain. There it is, lifting across northern Michigan. And what we're going to be left with tonight is just kind of a murky type night. It's going to be cloudy, drizzle, a couple showers here and there. There's a look to the north of Gaylord. You can see some of the showers to parts of the eastern UP. And then south of there, all the way down to Roscommon County, there near Houghton Lake, scattered showers and again some drizzle. Here's a look at what we expect moving forward now. Here's Stormcast. That's the current situation. There's tomorrow morning. And notice we'll stop the clock here, 8:30, 9 o'clock, showery. Then watch as we get into the afternoon. We'll keep advancing this. The rain becomes more widespread right there. That's because low pressure is going to actually develop and pinch off near northern Michigan. And it will draw in a little cooler air. So you see the pink and the purples there near Cadillac, for instance, Lake City, Kalkaska. That's where we expect some snow tomorrow night. Right there into Thursday morning. So as this low kind of spins over the area, that's the area of snow. It's interesting because it could be pretty messy in those areas not tomorrow morning, on Thursday morning, right there. And then this low is actually going to drop away. Look what happens to this. We may get a little sun actually Thursday afternoon. So that's what we're kind of expecting. If you're wondering about snow totals, nothing through tomorrow afternoon, but tomorrow night, there it is. Now you look at that. Keep in mind, this is what will fall potentially. The ground is wet or warm still this time of the year. So some of that's going to melt. But still could be slushy, messy Thursday morning in spots. And then after that, well, you get the picture. It stays cloudy with chances for showers right through the weekend, Maya, into early next week.
All right, thanks, Joe. We're going to take another quick break, but coming up next, we'll check in with the birthday boy, Sports Director Harrison Beebe, right after this break. Well, today is a very special day in the Up North Live newsroom. It is Sports Director Harrison Beebe's birthday, and he so kindly wanted to spend part of his birthday with us tonight on Unscripted. Hey, Harrison, happy birthday.
Hey, thanks, Maya. Yeah, about 2 minutes and 15 seconds worth I felt was appropriate to spend November 19th with you.
Well, we appreciate it. How else are you spending your birthday tonight?
I'll let the sign do the talking. We are at quarterfinal volleyball. Traverse City St. Francis taking on Ross Common right now on November 19th. And I had to step out of the gym because you gave me some feedback last week that it was a little loud for regional volleyball. It's really loud. I'm at Grayling High School. There's the neutral site for this one between St. Francis and Ross Common. It is really loud in that gym right now, so I wasn't even going to tempt fate and try and broadcast in there. I stepped out for a few minutes. It's a good time in the match. It's split 1-1. Both these teams are very hungry because the winner of this match gets a spot in Battle Creek for the state semifinals. That'll be on Friday for Division III. And then if they win on Friday, they would play for a state championship on Saturday. St. Francis played in that state finals a year ago, trying to do so again. But let me tell you, I haven't seen Ross Common play yet this year, and that's a talented group that's forced this 1-1 split so far in this match. So right after we wrap up, I'm excited to see what goes down the rest of the way.
And is there anything else sports related you want to talk about, or can we talk about your birthday?
Well, there's a few other volleyball teams playing right now. I did just get word that Traverse City Central fell in their quarterfinal. My alma mater, Traverse City Central, won their first regional title in program history. As I told you on this broadcast, my old co-ed volleyball teammate, Emily Wilbur, and the Trojans won the regional last week, but they fell short in the quarterfinal, 3-0 to Rockford. So their season is done in Division I, but Traverse City Christian is in a Division IV quarterfinal, and our friends from the Atlanta Huskies on the eastern side of the state, they are involved in a Division IV quarterfinal as well tonight. So those teams still have chances to play in Battle Creek for later in the week.
So a lot of very big volleyball matches tonight. You'll have highlights at 11. Before you go, what is your birthday wish this year?
Mike, can we get 2 more minutes? Is that possible?
Is that your wish?
Maybe it's up to Shay in the back. She's the one in charge.
Maybe at 11. We'll save some time for that. Okay. A whole birthday segment. All right. Thanks, Harrison. Enjoy the volleyball matches. And we're going to take another quick break. But when we come back in just a few minutes, we're going to take another look at our question of the day and the live results. Stay with us.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Today's question of the day is, how big of an issue is homelessness in your community? 1 being not an issue, 5 being most significant. You can see the live results on your screen right now. 42% of people said most significant. Now, the reason why this is our question of the day is because tomorrow is the 9th annual Walk for Health and Housing in Traverse City. That takes place at Northwestern Michigan College's Great Lakes campus parking lot starting at 6 p.m. tomorrow. So thanks so much for joining us tonight on Up North Live Unscripted. We hope to see you back here at 11 o'clock. Take care.